Hello everybody, DerTebbers. It's Friday. It's Flying Friday. That's right, we are back on the Douglas World Cruise Around the World flight. I have to figure out my airplane because we are not flying a plane I intended to fly because of a couple of reasons. What are we flying? A U-2. That's right. We're going to fly Bono. No, that's not right. We're going to fly the U-2 spy plane, the Dragon Lady. Yeah, this is going to be fun. I haven't flown one of these in a long time. So I got to figure out my cockpit really fast. So let's go with 2. There's the GPS. I'm going to need you over there. 3 is perfect GPS autopilot. We'll put that over there. 4. Okay. Before takeoff, flaps, elevator, blah 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 blah. Pitot, heat, speed, landing lights. Right. 5. That's it. Okay. So main panel. Let's get the main panel up. Lights. We need landing lights on. Strobe, nav. We don't need panel. It's on. Let's see, what's this? Starter. Fuel control, yes. Enunciation, no. Alarm horns. No, we don't want horns. Oh, pitot heat. There. And de-icer there. Okay. Flaps. Yes. Elevator. Okay, the checklist checked it and then unchecked it. All right, well, whatever. Whatever you want to do. I don't want your elevator then. Okay. Now I know about where the buttons are. I think we'll be okay. What was that, 4? That was 4. Okay. Let's take our brakes off. You know what? I don't really like the landing lights. They bother me. Landing lights off. There. Okay. God, that looks insane, doesn't it? Let's take off. Get our engine cranking. Oops, let's not deviate. Deviations. Want to keep it on straight and level. Now, this might create a giant accident at landing. I'm just saying. And away we go. Flaps in. Gears up. And just like that, we're in the air. Is that not insane? All right, we're going to have to do ourselves a 180, but we're going to wait a minute to do that. All right, let's start our 180. The cool thing is, we got the GPS built right in, so you guys can watch it. It's a little bit small for me, the way I'm looking at it, but you guys can still see it. And that's cool. Let's watch our speed. We are very quickly going up in the air. We're going to go ahead and go to the edge of space or thereabouts. We're going to go quite a ways up. Now, the route we're about to take is not one flown by the Douglas World Cruiser. And there's some important reasons for this. Now, our next spot was supposed to be Nikolsky Bay, Komodorsky Island, Russia. Some problems arose. There is no such airport in Flight Simulator X. And I was like, well, bugger. That kind of stinks. So I was like, all right, we'll go to the next point. So the next point was Paramushiro, Japan. And I was looking and looking and looking and looking and looking, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. And then I found the information that that's no longer Japanese. No, it's no longer Japanese. It is now Russian. And, surprise, surprise here, guess what's not in Flight Simulator X? Yeah, if you said that island, you're correct. Now, you might then say, well, what are we going to do? Well, what we're going to do is there. Hopefully fly better. Hold on. Auto throttle. No. I have GPS nav. Are you going to turn the aircraft? No. Can I turn the aircraft? No. Right. Alright, so then our heading needs to be DTK 235. So let's get to 235. 235, and we want heading. Turn that off. Yeah. Okay. Good. Now we should be all right. We are heading up to you're heading up to 50,000 feet of elevation, altitude, whatever you want to call it. DTK is now 252. All right. Well, let's go to 253 just to screw with things. All right. So we were next going to go to Paramushiro, Japan, which turns out to actually be Russian now after World War II. That's not in Flight Simulator X. Okay, I said. Then we'll go to the third location, which is Hitokapu, Kurili Islands, Japan. Does anyone want to take a guess what's not Japanese anymore? Yeah, that's Russian too. And also it's not in Flight Simulator X. I was like, really? So the next airport that is in Flight Simulator X is Minato, Japan. It's ICANN is Romeo Juliet Sierra Alpha RJSA. Now the problem is we went from a 332-mile flight to Komodorsky to an 1,800-mile flight to get to Japan. And I was like, well, methinks I'm going to need a plane that has the legs. So I started looking for a plane that had the legs. And the first plane that I thought of was a Yak 40. A Russian or Ukrainian Cyrillic speaker, let's put it that way. Somebody who loves Russian aircraft had messaged me about a good Yak 40 because I had done a really bad Yak 40 when I did my Yak 40 spotlight. And I put a notation in that spotlight pointing out that, yeah, this isn't the best Yak 40, and if you go here, this will be a better Yak 40, etc., etc. And I downloaded that plane, and I got to toying around with it, and I was like, oh, this is a sweet Yak 40. So I loaded it in and started looking around the cockpit, trying to find, you know, GPS. No GPS. I was like, okay, I can go without GPS as long as I have a few other navigational items. Well, does anyone want to guess what I didn't have? Well, I probably do. I probably have those navigational items. But here's the problem. It's all Cyrillic. I don't speak a lick of Cyrillic. I don't speak any Russian. So I couldn't actually read what anything was. And I was like, well, oh, that's okay. The helpful pop-ups that pop up from time to time when you're in Flight Simulator X and you hover over something and it pops up a little thing and you're like, oh, that's really cool. Well, yeah, except guess what doesn't work? There's no pop-ups. None. So it's like, I have no idea what anything is, but I was like, you know what? If I were to write down, say, the general heading coming off of Casco Cove towards this Japanese port we're going to, It's like, I think I could do it. I think I could manage using just the basic heading information. And then the more I looked at it, the more I realized that no, absolutely not. I was not going to be able to manage that. Literally, I couldn't read anything. Add to that, the altimeter kept displaying 999 and would not change, so I didn't know what my altitude was. I could not find a compass to save my life. And I was like, oh, this is an awesome plane, but I can't fly it. And it made me very, very sad. So I was like, well, maybe I can make it with this aircraft. And I started kind of looking around and said, you know, it has the range. That's for sure. In fact, let's look down here. Zoom in a little bit. Look at that. There's my range bar right there. 2,400 right now and climbing because we're getting higher up in the air. So we're going to have more than enough range. That's not a problem. Problem is, this aircraft is notoriously difficult to land. That will be a problem. I can almost guarantee you that. But look at this. So we have a sky. Oh, look at this beautiful sky. Ah, I would love to get a ride on a two-man U2. Could you imagine? Oh, it'd be so amazing. Go up to the edge of space. They go much higher than we're going to be going. We're only going to be going up to 50,000 here. They can go higher. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it up to 50,000. Just kind of let it roll there. Of course, the concern is landing. I have no idea how long the runway is that I'm going for. Yeah, that's... I have no idea. In flight. We are cool in flight. Before landing, we have all kinds of things we have to hit on the checklist, but yeah, we'll get there. We will get there, I hope. Yeah. This is an amazing aircraft. What's more amazing is this aircraft was made prior to the SR-71 Blackbird. And yet, this aircraft is still fully operational and in use. It's an amazing thing to think about. This aircraft literally flies at the very edge of being able to fly. The big glider wings. She's not a beautiful plane for a lot of people. A lot of people like the beauty of the SR-71 or, you know, the various fighter jets. But you know what? For my money, a U-2 spy plane is a pretty darn beautiful aircraft. We have a ways to go. 1,368 nautical miles. We're not going to go anywhere near. So that island there, it's really hard to see. Let me pull this over. So this island chain here, somewhere in there is Komodorsky Island. The next flight was down this way, I think. Maybe Komodorsky was over here. No, Komodorsky had to be right there because it was only 300 nautical miles away. So it had to be there. There's got to be something we're missing there. There's no way you can go from Komodorsky to Paramushi. Oh yeah, you could, because this would have happened. This flight happened after the Russian-Japanese War, where the Japanese beat the Russians badly and took a lot of land. but before World War II. So Paramushiru has to be down here somewhere. Probably won't be able to see it at this zoom level. Now, my research said that the code for Paramushiru, Japan, which is not Japan anymore, but is Russian, is Uniform Hotel Sierra Mike, UHSM. Couldn't find it, but Great Circle Mapper told me that it wasn't a terrible distance, and then the flight from Paramushiru to the other islands are down off of the end of the peninsula here, the Kamchatka Peninsula, which I think is right there, maybe? Perhaps right there? I don't know. And then from there it was a hop. So they were relatively short hops, of course, because the Douglas World Cruiser, well, that aircraft couldn't exactly... wasn't exactly capable of super speed, so 100 miles an hour. You weren't going to go super far. So in one shot, this is going to be a long episode. I'm going to cut chunks of this episode probably. I say probably. But in one chunk, we're jumping several ports of call, which is unfortunate, but I knew it was going to happen eventually. Given the age, and given that the site that I'm using that shows me the plot had these next three, the Komodorsky, Paramushiru, and the and Hitokapu, Kurili Islands, had all of them just listed as GPS coordinates. So had them listed at north 55 degrees, 12.81 minutes, east 165 degrees, 55.62 minutes. For Komodorsky, north 50 degrees, 41.75 minutes, east 156 degrees, 9.19 minutes for Paramushiru, and north 46 degrees, 0 minutes, east 150 degrees, 0 minutes for Hitokapu, Kurili Island. That's how they were listed. So because of that, I kind of had a feeling approaching these ones I might have to jump them, but I was hoping I wasn't going to be able to, or I was going to be able to find some place to land. Now, that being said, coming up are a bunch of river landings. So once we get to Minato, which is where we're going now. Sorry, I have to check my headings every once in a while. That way, please. It drifts ever so slightly because I'm not on GPS nav. I'm on just heading nav, so I just have to tap it and correct for drift as we chase the sun at 50,000 feet. Love it. So after Minato, we're going to go to Kusamigaura. Oh, good grief. Kasumigaura. Kasumigaura. That's the best I'm going to do. Japan. Code Romeo Juliet Alpha Kilo. After that, we have harbor landings. Kushimoto, Kagoshima, and Shanghai. Now, I don't think Kagoshima to Shanghai, I'm like, that's farther than most of the flights, I think. And it gets me thinking that Kagoshima is going to be Korean, probably somewhere in South Korea. That's my thought. So we're going to have to think about that, whether it's possible. There's also a refuel point that they give me, a refuel point in Tachinkoen Bay, but that's all it says, refuel. So it's almost like the plane's landed and refueled and then just continued on. And I don't know. I don't know what we'll do about that one. We might jump that one as well, because then it's Amoy, China, which I'm pretty sure, well, they give me two airport codes, Romeo Charlie Bravo Sierra or Zulu Sierra Alpha Mike. So we'll probably be able to handle that. And then we go to Hong Kong. Then we're going to go to Haiphong as we head down into French Indochina, which is now Vietnam. Yeah. So we're not doing too... We're about... with this jump, we're going to be about halfway to installing wheels. We install wheels in Calcutta, India. According to this. Of course, we are not going to do anything strange there, but there you go. Alright. Cool. We have 2 hours and 53 minutes remaining on this flight. This flight's actually going pretty darn fast. We have... Let's check our range. Range. 6,000 miles left in our fuel tank. I think we're going to make it. Just thinking, our fuel flow is only 1,194. That is not a bad fuel flow. And we're flowing out of both the aux and the total, so that's good. Cabin altitude is 12,214. Cool. That is cool. We could probably go up more, but I don't think we need to go up anymore. Look at that beautiful plane. I cannot tell you what I wouldn't give, like how much money I would pay to fly in a U-2. I would love to do it. Like, some people would dream to fly faster than the speed of sound. I could take or leave going faster than the speed of sound. Like, going Mach 1, Mach 2, all that, that'd be cool, but I'm like, yeah, speed is okay, but there's something about the U-2 spy plane. There's something about the idea of flying so high you need a pressure suit. That is awesome. Back in the 50s when these aircrafts first flew, being a U-2 pilot got you your astronaut badge. Badge? Medal? No. Ribbon? No. Wings. Astronaut wings. You were considered an astronaut. You were so high. We don't do that anymore. Now you have to go up to 100 and something thousand feet before you're dubbed astronaut. But I'd do that too, by the way. But that's different thing altogether. All right, we'll probably cut a good chunk here because we have 2 hours and 44 minutes left, even at 4 times speed. We'll just we're just gonna chill. We're chasing the sun. I can't tell whether we're chasing the sun up or down. Like, yeah. Wait, estimated time of arrival is going to be 16:58 local. Okay, so it's probably still going to be light when we get in. That's going to be good because the idea of trying to land this plane at night scares the living daylights out of me. We could probably up the speed because we're going at 170 right now is our indicated airspeed, but that's 414 knots of ground speed. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. You know, the crazy thing is, if you live in a city or even the rural areas of most of Europe and in the semi-rural areas of the United States, you look up at the night sky and you say, wow, there's a lot of stars. Or if you're in the city, you're like, there are no stars. There's actually a famous story about a power outage happening in Los Angeles. And the power outage happened, it knocked out all the lights in LA. And the 911 centers in LA were flooded with calls of people going, there's weird lights in the sky, there's weird lights in the sky, what's going on? And 911 operators saying, those are the stars. Because the people had never seen all of the stars. If you truly haven't seen all the stars in our sky, you're missing out. I'll tell you what. For me, the reason why I was in the middle of nowhere, Wyoming is irrelevant to the story, but I was in the middle of nowhere, Wyoming at 3 a.m. in the morning. Literally, the only exits off the highway were the exits for ranches. And I was tired, so I pulled off on the side of the road to get out and walk around my vehicle. And I tell you what, I looked up, and you want to talk about feeling microscopic? Like you don't matter at all in the greater cosmos? That's a moment. The number of stars were mind-blowing. You could see the dust of the Milky Way, shooting stars, all of that. And I laid down on the hood of the car and looked up, and I felt like I was falling up into the sky because there were no lights. So all I saw were the stars. And because I was laying there, I could see the stars moving through the sky. And it made me feel like I was falling up into the sky. It was an amazing experience. If you ever get a chance to go out into the middle of nowhere where there are no lights for miles around, I recommend it. You do have to stay up until the wee hours of the morning. I mean, yeah, the stars are nice at 10 p.m. or 11 p.m., but for me, because I've been other places at midnight or whatnot, 11 p.m. or that, wasn't the same at 2 and 3 a.m. in the morning in Wyoming. Something to think about, especially those of you from Europe. If you ever want to come over here to the United States, you might want to rent a camper van and ask some people, where is the middle of nowhere around here? Be serious about it. There are a couple places I know of that I can say, like Dinosaur National Monument in Colorado is considered the darkest national park at night. It is. There's nothing there. Like, literally, there is nothing there. You don't understand the nothingness that is the nothingness of that area, but it is truly nothing. That is an amazing experience as well. I didn't even have to wait until 2 in the morning, but 2 in the morning is better. The trick is always doing it when it's clear skies. That was my luck in Wyoming. Absolutely clear skies. That was something that you don't get very often, and it was amazing. We have 1 hour and 48 minutes left of flight time, 709 nautical miles, and it looks like we are indeed going to be landing at night. We might destroy our second aircraft. That's not good. But hey, we're still flying a U-2. You can't get much more amazing than that, right? Oh, you could, I'm sure. Doing it in real life. Yeah. Alright, well, I'm going to cut some more of this off. We'll come back when we are closer to Japan. I can sort of see Japan coming up in the GPS system, so we're getting there. Be a little while longer. Well, we're over Japan. We're over the North Island, actually. We are 203 nautical miles away. It says 31 minutes. We actually are going to arrive at 17:08 local time, so it is going to be dark, as you can obviously tell. Yeah, the problem is we hit a headwind as we were coming over as we were coming down the Kamchatka Peninsula. We started hitting quite a headwind, and it really slowed us down at one point. So at one point, our ground speed was dropping down to below 350 knots. We're at 379 now. We were doing 400 back up closer to Casco Cove. So that really cost us a lot of time. Now we're struggling, I think. We're hoping to make a landing. God, I don't know how long this airport runway is. Hopefully it's going to be long enough for this airplane. I'm really nervous about making this approach. I have some bad feelings. I wonder. RJ, okay, so it does say, alright, let's pull this over here. We do have an ILS approach. That makes me happy. We are looking at a 8,400 foot runway. I have to get this spot on. Oh, that's got to be a spot on. So ILS 17, 108.9er. We're going to make a go at 108.9er on our radio. Can I get those radios closer? No. All right. Nav. Which one is that? Nav 2? Nope, I want this one. 108. Well, just flip it all the way around then. You want to be that way? 108.9er. We should have that one activated. Let's see. Nav 1. Alright, I want Nav 1 on. No, I want 108. I wanted what I had, dadgummit. 108. No, I want you to be active. How do I make you active then? ADF. That's transponder tuning. So what's the... Well, hopefully it's active. We will certainly find out. Yeah, it's kind of it's going to be. I think it's going to be touch and go. I think we're going to have some problems, but all right. We're crossing the land between the seas here. Let's get a little bit closer down there for you guys. So we're crossing the space here. Looks like it's 7-0. Oh, that's going to put us on an inverted approach. I don't want to actually have that approach. I think if the runway is truly this direction, I'm actually going to go for this. I'm just going to try a straight in approach from this direction. I don't know what kind of... I should have scouted this one. This is going to be interesting. This is a nighttime landing in a U-2. This is going to probably be death. But, alright. Let's get a normal simulation rate. Get rid of that stupid menu bar. We need to start descent. We're going to head down to 15,000. Now hopefully we'll be able to make this descent without too much problem. One hopes, right? I probably should have started it much earlier, but I sort of shied away from doing it any earlier. All right, we should be able to make a nice smooth descent here. No moon out right now, so we really don't have much in the way of lights. I don't know what the atmosphere conditions are at destination. That's probably a problem as well. I have an ejection seat, so that might be helpful. Might need it. Okay, what are you? Aircraft exit. No, let's not do that. Oh, goodness. Okay. My landing lights and taxi lights. I'm not worried about those right now. Alright. Yeah, I don't know how this is going to work. We've started descent 100 nautical miles away. I'm going to slow our speed down. I'm going to ask the system to slow us down to 150. I think with the wingspan we have, that'll be fine. That's what I hope. Anyway, don't know if it'll actually be able to do it with our descent pattern right now, but we're descending at minus 1500 right now. Was that lightning over there? Are we descending into a storm? Ooh, I didn't think about alternate airport. I don't know what we're gonna do. If we have to abort because of weather, I don't really have an alternate airport. I have enough fuel to do anything I want, really. I mean, seriously, I have enough fuel for, well, in descent mode, I have 6,600 nautical miles of range in the tank. We could probably divert to Tokyo if you really had to, but I don't really want to. Okay, we're descending through 4600. All right. Boy. I have some serious concerns here. So RJSO is off on that side. RJSH. I don't know any of these calls on these airports we're flying by. I don't know if we're going to get actually down from our altitude in time. It says 16 minutes to travel 90 nautical miles. We are clipping at 322 knots. It's probably accurate. All right. We might actually end up taking the ILS slope, because we could fly past our target, do a 180, and come back in using the ILS approach to 70. But I kind of like the idea of just going straight in right now. Ooh, this is going to be nerve-wracking. This is going to be nerve-wracking. At least for me. I don't know. You guys are probably like, what? Yeah. I'm worried, you know? ADF is on, nav1 is, okay. 108.9er. 108.9er was indeed, I'm gonna check one more time. 108.9er, ILS, oh, that's ILS 17. Oh, okay, that is the approach I want then. Oh crap, I do need to get down then. Get down on it. No, that's not right. 43,000. Do we want to push this plane to descend faster? Not 100% sure I do. But we are slowing down as we're descending, which is actually working out in our favor. I'm going to ask the plane to descend at 2,000. I'd rather be down at the altitude we want. Yeah, I'd rather be down at the altitude we want. Okay, so then this will... Alright, so hopefully we'll pick up ILS 17. DTK, let's see, we need to go this way 2 clicks. Did that actually take? Yes, it did, okay. Plane is gently rolling into what I want. Wait a minute, 1.7, I'm at 2.4. What am I crazy? Yes, I am. Wait a minute. ILS 17. What does this place look like? Hold on. How can you be at ILS 1? I don't understand. 17 and 35. Oh. Because I'm a gibbon and I'm coming... Okay. Okay. I see. It looks like I'm coming straight in, but I'm not coming straight in. Duh. Alright, so I probably want to direct myself a little bit out to sea. So I'm going to kind of roll the plane a little bit more this direction. Actually, I'm going to kind of go off of RJSO. RJSO is right here. Going to fly that way and then come in. That might be what we're looking for. We are still 36,000 feet. Or is that 30,000? I can't read. The resolution's low. 38,000. Holy cow. We got a long ways to go. Let's roll ourselves a little bit farther to the west. Okay. All right. I think we're going to be okay if we can get down out of orbital flight here. I can't imagine these airports. This airport I'm going for is controlled, so we're just going to assume it's not. Which probably is going to mean we're going to die. We might have to start flying IFR flights through Japan and China based on air traffic, but we'll see. I don't like that speed going up. I really want it to go down. But I'm pushing the aircraft to descend pretty darn quickly. We might pop the spoilers from time to time here. In fact, let's go ahead and do that. Oh, and bleed off some of that airspeed. Let us slow the aircraft and descend quicker. This is going to be interesting. I'm not even sure how we're going to... Oh, look, there was a simulation rate button right there that I didn't see. What's this? Yeah. Well, there you go. When you play around with this thing, you can actually work simulation right there. All right, so spoilers out gives us 159. That's fine. Alright, so we're going to go RJSO, and then from there we're going to try to kind of cut it into 170. We're going to do our best guess based on things. Yeah, go there, come up, and then cut in. Try to get us as best we can onto 170 right off the bat. Yeah, we're coming in over Japan. Or the second island, anyway. There's a... That must be the sunset there. Yes, that would be the sunset there. Duh. Pay attention. I don't wanna. Whatever. Okay. So we're high enough that we can actually see. I think RJSO is right over there. Because there's that little tongue that corresponds to that. So that's that. There's the hook, that's right there. So our airport is right over here somewhere. Yeah. This ought to be a fantastic landing attempt. Can't go any worse than, well, it could go worse than Chicago off or the Casco Bay. Where we went flying off the end of the runway, but that's, you know, I have a feeling that is a high probability here. We're talking about a plane that is notoriously difficult to land. I'm basically aiming to stall the plane onto the end of the runway is what I need to do. I don't know if I can do that. We still have 15,000 feet to descend. Thankfully, with spoilers out, we have cut our speed down to 155 knots. That's a good sign for us. That should allow us to get down where we need to be. I hope. We'll turn on landing lights later. The darkness descends. And we all think about dying, because that's probably going to be a high probability here. 28 and dropping. Okay. "15 minutes," they say. 49 nautical miles from target. I say from target like I'm a bomber or something. I wish there was a way to center my view without pressing the wrong button. The wrong button is, the center view button for this is actually F9. I never have remapped it. I can't hit F9 because it would stop recording. So, yeah, I can't do that. We'll just look kind of askew. What's a little askew between friends? Alright, it's 27,000. Alright, so we are at 47 nautical miles out. 27,000. There's that hook. That's right there. Basically, you want to go up to that land there and then hang a left, I think. I'm going to bank away a little bit. Give myself a little bit more room to get this plane down. Basically aiming to make the longest possible approach, I think. I mean, I could go like crazy and cut hard to the right, but I don't think I really want to do that. It's 270. That's coming all the way over to the west. Let's go a little bit more. So we're aiming over there, behind my pillar now, my cockpit canopy. But we're going to fly this way in hopes that I'm going to be able to pull off a really long approach run to this airport. Okay, we're at 24,000. We're still in descent. It's like, it's been 15 minutes for 15 minutes. I realize that. Okay. Now, if I were to fly at 240, I would hit the airport, but I need to fly at 170, so we're going to need to fly this way probably for a little bit. Let's increase our speed. You can see kind of what's going on down here. Alright, we're coming up on 22,000 feet. On our way to 15,000. We basically have our engines spooled all the way back. We are nothing but a giant glider at this particular moment in time. Still solidly over land. In fact, we're not even over RJSO yet. If I scroll down a little bit, there you go. So we're not even over RJSO on our way down. 170. So I'm gonna I wanna go basically. I'm gonna fly back. I'm gonna fly due south with a thing. Due south with a thing. That's what we're going to go with, because it's a technical word. Now, are there 15,000 foot mountains in this area? I hope not. Outside view, which is probably going to be really hard to see on YouTube. I don't think we have any... I don't think we have any 15ers to worry about. I realize it's going to be dark on YouTube to see all this, but well, I did what I could. I'll make sure that I fly during the day next time. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. You don't want to see the YouTube crash anyway. You know that. This is where you wish you could call out in the radio. You know, black U2 descending. Get away from me. Bugger off. Should we go below? Should we go below 15,000? I'm thinking we should. We should. I'm thinking 10 might be a wise. Yeah, I'm not sure. Wait a minute. What am I doing? They say 170 is my, but it's not. Sorry guys, I'm turning us because according to this, I was on route for a perfect ILS intercept before they said, no, that's not the proper ILS intercept, but it is. All right, let's start descent towards 10. That's not 10. All right, 9,000, that works. I don't care. Yeah, I was en route and I pulled away because I thought 170. I mean, wouldn't you think that? 17 means 17? But it's not. Ugh, that is so annoying. Okay, but that's all right. We can correct this problem. And it probably works to our advantage in the long run. Five, 8, 13. We are on descent. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll re-intercept our line again and continue ILS descent. That said 17. ILS 17. I read that as 170 with a 0 on the end. When you look at this, it says 1735. That's not going to be a 17 approach. That's weird. Okay. Okay, this is why I don't fly these blind. I usually have a scouter out. I'll be scouting out the next set, that's for sure. Wow. All right, we are now in clouds. That concerns me even more. We're going to go ahead and turn on our landing lights so that we can see diddly squat. Great. This'll be just a beautiful weather to land this aircraft in. I don't have a chase plane or chase truck. I'm in trouble, man. I'm in so much trouble, man. Okay. See, this says I'm on slope now, doesn't it? No, it means I can't reach the... Okay, I'm not reaching the glide slope. Wait, let's make sure. RJSA. Oh, crap. RJCK. Oh, crap. Okay, nearest. RJSK. That's the one I want. Yeah? Yeah. Nope. Nope. That's not it. Where am I going? RJSA. Yes. That one. RJSA. Enter. Oh my gosh. Nearest. Yeah, you. Enter. Oh my goodness. ILS 24 is 111.90. 111.90. There we go. 111.90. 111.90. Okay. Flight plan. Alright, so I had chosen the wrong airport. Well, that would be a problem now, wouldn't it? Yes, usually. You guys were probably screaming at me, oh my gosh. And well. Alright, we're coming back over land. There definitely doesn't look to be a bunch of mountains here. I'm going to go ahead and ask this plane to continue descent. We're going to aim for 7,500, and I'm going to ask it to do it 2,000. We are 4.5 nautical miles off of our line. How long is the runway at RJSA? It's 81. Okay, it's 81.97. Okay. So we got 8,000 feet run, an 8,000 foot runway, give or take. All right. So we're gonna start, I think we'll start turn in towards 239 is what they say is going to be my... Go to 215 is my heading to start with. Kind of reel ourselves in. Gotta remember I'm basically flying a giant glider, so I have to remember that I can't expect this aircraft to move as quickly. If I was flying something like a jet fighter, I'd be like, oh, hey, we're just going to kind of snap you over into the position I need you to be in. And there's none of that here. All right, so 7,000. All right, keep going down. Keep going down. We're going to aim 4,000 now. Come on now, I need you to keep going down. All right, so we are off course slightly, so we're going to kind of cut back the other direction slightly. Okay, we're 1.24 nautical miles off of perfect line. I think we're getting... Okay, we are picking up an ILS signal at this point. All right, I'm going to ask the plane to go to 1,500 feet per minute descent. That should solidify our descent rate. I'm willing to be high. Nah, I'm not really willing to be high. I lie. I'm not willing to be high. I need to be on target here. I can't really screw around with this one. It's got to be on target. All right. At some point, I'm going to have to take this sucker off of autopilot. I don't really want to do that, but... Alright, so you want me to go from... I'm at 226 to 239, so I need to go up 13. I need to turn by 13. I'm just going to wait. Alright, so that is... I am high, so let's go low. Why not? Wait, no. Is that low and I need to go... That's the wrong direction. Crap. There we go. Turn some more in. I'm doing a lot of this flying using the nav system, and I'm doing that because it makes a heck of a lot more sense. I'll let you guys see over here what I'm doing over here. I'm doing it on the other screen because it's cleaner for me to see. Alright, so we are okay at 137 knots. And slowing, that's fine. Where are we? In terms of lining up stuff. Okay, we're going to be leveling off at 3,800 here. Which is fine. I can't see a bloody thing, but... When was that ever a problem for me, right? That's what I'm going to go with. All right. I think I might want to actually go lower. This cloud layer is just too much. Shoot. All right. Do we want to... I have my spoilers out, which is fine. I'm worried about shutting off the autopilot here. I really am. But I'm 13 nautical miles away. I'm going to need to do it. Alright, I have control of the aircraft. Let's start by asking gears to come out. Are they coming out or am I? They are coming out. Okay. There is an airport somewhere. Somewhere, but I don't know where. I don't even see tracking lights for it. Where in the heck is this airport I'm going for? I don't see it. Okay. Still says I'm flying straight. The GPS still says I'm coming straight for it. Wait, I see rabbits. I see the rabbits. I got rabbits. Alright. ILS slope says I am low. It's okay. We can adjust for that. Gears are down. I don't know what the stall speed of this aircraft is, but it can't be a heck of a lot. We're talking about a flying glider, basically. Alright, so I'm going to level the plane as best I can. We're going to kind of lope along very slowly here. I don't mind the slowness of this flight right now. Now I'm just watching my ILS as best I can. Alright, so I have reds, that's fine. I'm level flying, or actually climbing slightly, so I will be able to get those peppy lights. Okay, so now I got a little bit better. Good. ILS says I am climbing. That's appropriate. Whew. Alright. Now the amazing thing is my ground speed right now is 135 knots. We're almost down to the territory of a Cessna. And we will be shortly probably in the territory of a Cessna. Alright, so now I see that I am on target, so let's go down. Let's go to about 500, I think.
2,500.
Okay, 2,500. Go. Fix that. Alright, I have runway in sight. ILS says I'm high, so we're just going to continue a quicker descent. Try to pull that back. Okay, I gotta fly ahead of the plane. Come on, Dare. Pay attention to what you're doing. I'm trying, I'm trying.
2,500.
Thank you. Alright. Let's go ahead and drop some flap. 137 knots of airspeed. Alright. I am high. I am indeed way too high. Okay, we gotta drop some speed, drop some speed. My spoilers are out. My flaps are at 5. Oh crap, I need to drop a lot of speed. Not speed, altitude. I need to get altitude. Drop the altitude. Okay, there we go. We're clawing it back. We're clawing it back. We're about to get some red lights, I hope. Alright, come on, baby. Stay at 1,000 feet per minute descent. Okay, I think I see one red light. Flaps go to 10. Keep descent. Okay. Wow, I am not on track. I am off track. Come on, plane. Come on. Alright, so there's a light. That's what I want. Keep going down. Oh boy. Oh man. Okay, here we go. Okay. Ground speed, 140 knots. Should be okay with that. As I pull up to deal with flare, I will drop that off. I do want to go a little bit lower. There we go. Yes, I know that's too low according to the lights, but I know when I flare this aircraft, she's going to be different. I'm really aiming. Really aiming for the tip of the runway here. Pull up just slightly.
200.
Minimums, yes, I got minimums. Here we go.
100.
Thank you. Come on, call out, call out, call out.
50. 40. 30. 20. 20. 20.
Oh, baby, come on, come on.
10. 10. 10. 10. 10.
Come on. Kiss the ground. There, brakes, 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 brakes. Oh, hold on, baby. Oh, crap, she's trying to fly again. Ah. Crap. Crap. We've lost our airport. There's our airport behind us. Okay. Now I got to figure out how to do this again. All right, we're going to just execute a short go round. I think I can do a short one. Bugger. So I don't want to climb very high. I want to keep this aircraft pretty low to the ground. Ah, man. It is hard. Like, you basically stalling this airplane onto the deck, and I just... not sure how to do that exactly. I was flying the whole time with my spoilers out. The aircraft just does not spoil the air very well. This plane does not like the idea of landing. Alright, we just need to continue all the way around here. And she doesn't have reverse thrust, so... bugger on that. I think I might have seen what I did wrong. Why are you throttled up? I don't understand why you were throttled up. Okay, I think I know what I did wrong. I think I know what I did wrong, guys. When I turned off autopilot, I logically thought, okay, autopilot's off. And I tapped all the other lit buttons to turn off all the other lit buttons. I missed one button. The IAS button. I think I landed with auto throttle. I've done that before. It's a bad thing to do. When you land with auto throttle, the plane keeps going. Just, you know, just a note. So we're now going to try without auto throttle. All right. So let's go low. I'm basically tracking the ILS slope there. I'm basically gonna fly to the end of it and then circle around. Just go whoop. That's my hope. It's my thought right now. All right. One aborted landing. That's okay. Hey, I aborted it. I didn't force it. That's a first. It's a learning experience. But it's really disappointing, too, because I was on target. It's so disappointing. All right, let's descend aircraft. Spoilers out. Let's get this plane down. Looking for, I don't know what I'm looking for. Well, I'm still picking up the ILS radio signal, I think. But we're going to aim for 2,500 or so. Well, this close, we need to get lower than that. Okay, 25.
2,500.
All right. That's what she wants to do. All right. We'll do that. All right, so now she says I'm way too low, which is actually what I want right now. Stow the spoilers. Now let's turn our giant glider around. Oh look, 130s. Yes. All right, so I think that was it. I think it was I had that IAS still on. All right, we're gonna go ahead and ask gear to go out. We're going to put some flaps out. We're going to climb a little bit because right now we're going to crash into the mountains here. Where are you? There you are. All right. We are at 0. Okay. Let's accelerate the aircraft ever so slightly. Aha! Aha! That's what the problem was. I was an idiot and had the IAS still on. And that was preventing me from properly landing the airplane. Jeez. You know, some days are better than others. Isn't that the song? Some days are better than others. Yep, that's it. All right, we're gonna go flaps 10, throttle it up a little bit. Gonna go this way. Yep. All right, so while I'm at it, I'm going to turn off the de-ice and the pitot heat. That gets me more power to the engine if I need to bug out. Okay, we are now at 119 knots of, well, 120. So we're approaching much slower. We are way lower than we were before, but I'm okay with that. Get those rabbits lined up. Gears are out. Flaps are at 10. Ask for 15 on the flaps. Get this plane lined up. Is that a plane on the runway? Better not be a plane on the runway. Get off the runway if you're on the runway. Plane. Silly people. All right. 20. We're going to go ahead and just ask for all the flap. Okay. Flaps are at 50. Gears are down and locked. We are approaching at 102 knots. So we are now at truly approaching the speed of a Cessna. All right. I don't know what my stall speed is, so I need to be very, very careful here right now. I will drop spoilers at the last possible second, I think. I'm high. All right, we need to get down faster. Come on, baby. Why do I keep deviating right? There must be wind that I can't tell. All right. Approach speed is now 117 knots. Okay, we have red on the poppy. That's good. I want to keep red. In fact, I'd like it to be almost all red. Because when I pull up, I think then... Okay, there we go. Because she'll climb really fast if I let her. I've got the engine throttled all the way back. Bring it up slightly. Okay. Here we go. 107 knots of ground speed, 106 now. Come up a little bit. Keep coming down, baby. Engine off, all right. Not off, but you know what I mean.
400.
Okay, 400.
300.
Yes.
200.
Minimums, yes, I've got it. Ready to spoil the air on that.
100.
Okay. And
50. 40.
pull up
30.
a little bit.
20.
Spoilers out.
10.
Okay, we're bounced, but that's okay. We can hold it. There she goes. Brakes on. Oh, we did it. Oh, I'm actually sweating. I just want you to know this. I am actually sweating right now. Oh my goodness, we made it. We made it. I think that's a taxiway even. Maybe get off on the taxiway? Oh, it's very hard to steer an aircraft like this. You know what? You can barely probably see it on YouTube, but we made it with our U2. We made it to Japan. I'm just gonna leave it here. I'm gonna call somebody to tow me off of the runway. We made it! Yay! We'll see you next time on Flying Friday. And I'll fly during the day, I promise. Till next time, happy flying, everybody!